All right, so I am back and I'm going to make my first combi meal. I am super excited. I don't have a recipe, but what I'm just making is some salmon with some basmati rice and broccoli. Everything is frozen. The salmon is frozen, and the broccoli is frozen. So what I read said, I rinsed the rice. I kind of wash my rice a bit, but anyway, wash the rice, and this is 2 cups of rice, and I love this rice rinser, whatever, I don't know what it's called, I got it off of Taman. It's awesome, and it's super cheap, but anywho, 2 cups of rice, and then it calls for 4 cups of water. So I'm gonna put the 4 cups of water in there. And then the salmon and the broccoli are still frozen. And so that's 2 cups, and I need to add 2 more cups. But all I did for the marinade, if you will, for the salmon is another 2 cups, is some melted butter with brown sugar, the juice of a whole lemon, and some Dijon mustard, along with some fresh garlic and green onion. So I put that all on the salmon. You can hear that the salmon is still frozen. And put that on there. I reserved a little to the side because I don't know if it's gonna be really sticky. The only thing that I've made in here so far is the canned biscuits, and those were not easy to get off of the pan, if I'm being fully honest. So that was like, I had to put in some work to get the pan clean. So that's part of the reason I did that. So I'm just putting a little bit down there. This already has some on all the sides. Mine is frozen and skin side, or with the skin on, so I'm gonna put the skin side down. Just get as much of the sauce as I can on these. So I'm just gonna make 6 fillets. And we are a family of 7, but my daughter is 3 and she's not gonna eat a whole fillet by herself. So I'm banking on that. And I have a lot of sauce because I wasn't using a recipe, so I just made quite a bit. And so we're gonna see how that works. I'm gonna pour it over, and hopefully it won't be like a terrible mess. I don't know. Never used it. Not following a recipe. So you guys can learn from my errors or my successes. Let's be positive. Hopefully this all turns out lovely. Now I did read, it said that if you want your vegetables to be crispy, then you can put them on the tray, like with your protein. And I think you just add it later, depending on how long you're cooking your protein. In my case, I don't want my vegetables to be crispy. My kids won't eat crispy vegetables. So the other option is to cook them with your rice or whatever, like of your starch, your carb. So in my case, I'm going to put the broccoli directly in with the rice, and I'm gonna kind of stack it in case it does more of a boiling action, because I'm not trying to have it like mush, but that way you can have fewer florets that are mushy. I just gotta wash my hands. But that's what I'm going for here, is for it to all be very flavorful and together. I started to add more seasoning and I decided to just try it out this way. Because I don't know how much it's going to infuse the flavor. So it might be like amazing. Which of course is the goal. So this is the pan that goes in, or the tray really, that goes in level 2. And then I reserved some sauce, as I said. Just gonna give that a little bit of a whirl. Try to put some of my rice off more to the side, just leaving a little tiny space. I know you can't see, but over here to the side for my broccoli. Because like I said, I'm gonna try to like stack the broccoli. So it'll get steamed and some of it will probably get cooked like a lot more. I just didn't want the broccoli to be like all mush. So try to put some of it over here. And I don't usually season my broccoli when I'm cooking it because I usually cook it in the microwave in those steam bags that it just came out of. But in this case, I am going to give it a little bit of the garlic and onion that I usually use. So, go-tos, Mrs. Dash, onion and herb, a little bit of that, and then our garlic and herb, the teal one, and then some garlic, because everything that I make that's savory has garlic and onion in it at least. This one is an onion, mostly onion powder, but it has garlic in it. And some garlic salt. I didn't put salt in the water. It didn't actually, I don't remember it saying to do so. Let me rinse this broccoli off. But it did say to put in some oil for some of the recipes that I looked at, but again, I'm not following a recipe. So I'm just gonna put in like about a teaspoon of butter. And kind of mix that up in there. And then try to help it stay in the water. Because it's like floating. Because it's, well, a fat in water. So that makes sense. Okay. Science. Okay, and then this leftover sauce, I'm gonna go ahead and drizzle. This is a sauce that had not been, it was reserved, so it has not been on the salmon. Is that what these? A little gross. Yeah, then I'm supposed to put it in level 1. So cold. All right, I have it already on Combi Cooker. I'll turn this on. It's already on Combi Meals. It's the first setting on Combi Cooker. And so I'm almost positive that it said to put it to, well, for salmon, it's 350. So I need to turn it to 350. And then I will need to adjust the time. So temperature is over here, 350. And then the time was 12 to 15 minutes. And I think 13 would be a good start. So we'll start there. If it needs more time, we'll give it more time. Let's say salmon is like 145 degrees or so is the cook temperature. I'll check that out. But this has to build the steam anyway, so I have time, but the actual cook time is supposedly 13 minutes, I think, 12 to 15 minutes. So we'll start with 13, and then I'll go double check and make sure that the time is the amount of time that was suggested for when you're cooking salmon, and then I will show you guys the finished product. Hopefully it's amazing. If not, it should still be at least edible, so I'll still show you the true byproducts of it all. So anyway, stay tuned. I'll be back. Okay, so the timer just went off on this. Right before I came back, so I'm not sure why it's showing 390 degrees. We baked it on 350. And so I'm gonna start with the rice and broccoli. Okay, I don't know if you can see that, but all right, so far so good. The salmon. That looks good. Hold on a second, I need a second tray. I don't want to burn myself. Or a second glove mitt, shall I say. It's very, very hot. It's very, very hot. And I don't want, there's so much liquid, I don't want to accidentally spill. Okay, smells good. Smells very good. It looks good. I'm gonna check the temperature. Okay, it's a little overdone. Which is perfect. My husband likes everything overdone. Yeah, it's 159. So that is good. That's my thickest piece there. What I'm going to do is take it off of the pan so that everything stops cooking, so we don't do any more overdoing of anything, and fluff the rice, and then I will plate it and give it a taste and let you guys know what I think. I'll be back. All right, so gonna try it. Family's eating it. They say it is delicious. I have not tried it yet. The rice, my husband said it's awesome. The rice, nice and fluffy, tender. That is good. Okay. Broccoli, more done than I wanted, but it's very tender and it's not mushy. My youngest said, My middle son said, I could eat 2 or 3 more of these. Salmon's perfect. Oh yeah, that seasoning is great. So yeah, 13 minutes. It only took like 5 minutes to actually steam this time, so not like 20 minutes for the biscuits. 5 minutes of steam plus 13 minutes, so 18 minutes total cook time. And if all you're doing is throwing some salt and pepper and some like seasonings on there, then you probably could get the whole meal done beginning to end, including your steam time, in like 20, 25 minutes. So definitely worth it for that. And excited to try some more. So anyway, try it. Thank you. Have a good one.